Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're watching this video, you've either decided to join us this year or are thinking really hard about joining us. So let me just say, the moderator team and I are very happy to have you and we look forward to playing with you this year. Last video we went over what Battleship is, our tag set, and the initial gameplay mechanics, but this video is our complete sign-up tutorial. We will be going over what a request is and its importance, how to choose the collection best fit for your needs, and finally, a complete step-by-step walkthrough of the sign-up process. But before we begin, a couple of notes. This tutorial assumes that you've already joined our Discord server, but if you haven't, here's your gentle reminder that you must join our Discord server for the event in order to communicate with the moderators and also your teammates. And the second thing is just a reassurance that while this process may sound a little complicated at times, do not worry, this video has got your back, and the moderators are always happy to answer your questions over at our server or the blog. We can do this, we'll get through this together. So take my hand, hold on tight, and come on in. We'll start by talking about the building block of your sign up, the requests. If you watched last video, you might remember this image. This is your very best friend. This is what a regular request looks like. It contains the fandoms, characters, warnings, tags, and medias that you would like to see, as well as an important list of things you don't want to see. Sounds like a lot, I know. We'll go through it step by step later. But what's most important to understand is that a request is a guideline. It's a guideline that other people will use to make things for you during gameplay. Essentially, you're telling everyone, this is what I would like to receive. So yes, during your sign up, you will be feeling not one, not two, but a minimum of 3 requests. They can all be from the same fandom, but there is a minimum of 3 different relationships. Once gameplay begins and players start their creation period, requests will be browsed on by other participants. One of your requests might get picked by another participant to create for, meaning that you will receive a gift based on your request towards the end of gameplay. You will, of course, also do the same in turn, browsing through all the different requests that will be available during gameplay and choosing the ones that best inspire you. Oh, and another note, remember this field? These are the freeform tags that you will be using during creation. Well, no, not these ones. These ones are from last year. So let's stop looking at them, shall we? Because the moderator team is happy to announce that the official gameplay taxes for 2026 are out. The lists are now available for all your sign-up needs. But if you've watched last video, you also know that we run on 2 categories, all ages and 18+, and the taxes are a little different. So let's get to talking about that, shall we? Let's talk about our categories. Battleship offers participants 2 collections to sign up to, all ages and 18+. While teams from both collections compete against each other, the mechanics for each are slightly different, so let's walk through it one by one. In the All Ages collection, everyone over the age of 13 is welcome, and you are able to create works rated from G to M. We also allow works containing the archive warnings, no archive warnings apply, graphic depictions of violence, and major character death. While in the 18+ collection, everyone 18 and over is allowed, and we accept works of ratings up to E, meaning that explicit work is allowed to be requested and created for. We also allow the major archive warnings, no archive warnings apply, graphic depictions of violence, major character death, and the non-con tag, giving you one more option. One more thing, while adults are welcome to join either collection, it's important to note that all ages participants may not use 18+ prompts to win points during gameplay. They may only use prompts within the All Ages collection, while 18+ participants may use All Ages prompts to win points during gameplay. That's a lot of points, but don't worry, I've made us a handy little chart. Again, ratings allowed in All Ages G to M, 18+ G to E. Major archive warnings, All Ages has 3, while 18+ has 4 allowed, and during gameplay, all ages can use prompts from one collection, while 18+ can use prompts from both. The moderator team would like to remind participants, however, that if you want to join an 18+ team, you don't necessarily have to create explicit works for it. In fact, we have taken great care to curate the lists in such a way that there's still plenty of safe for work options during the tag set. That being said, our 18+ teams do discuss non-safe for work material often in their general channels, so if you're not comfortable with discussions of explicit content at all, then joining an all ages team might just be the best choice for you. However, ultimately the choice is up to you. If you're still unsure, we do recommend looking at our beautiful tag sets and seeing which one appeals to you the most, creatively speaking. Feel free to pause this video and go look at them. Meanwhile, we will be going over the sign up. That's right, we're getting serious now. Your sign up is divided in two phases. One will be filling out the sign up form in Archive of Our Own, and the other one consists of filling out a Google form. But let us start with AO3. The first thing that you're going to do is locate the Battleship collection on AO3, and then you're going to go ahead and click on that beautiful sign up button. It will open up a form like this one. This is where you will be filling out your requests. But the very first thing that I want you to do right now is scroll all the way down, and reach your offers section. Battleship is an exchange with no matching. Like I showed you earlier, you are free to browse upon requests and select the ones that you want to create for depending on what appeals to you. You are not assigned requests by moderators. However, AO3 requires us to put something in this box. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose a random fandom, any will do, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to put something in the text box. Anything really. Because otherwise, AO3 might glitch and freak out and your sign up will be lost. So I'm going to put a little bunny. Now that that's done, we scroll all the way back up and we locate the first request box. Your request number 1 is going to look something like this, just not chopped up. In the fandom spot, you're going to put all the fandoms that interest you from our tag set from 1 to 3. I will put here Empire SMP. In the character slot, you're going to put not characters, but rather gift types that you're willing to receive. Battleship allows for art, fic, podfic, and web weaves. I will select the ones that interest me the best. And in the relationship slot, you can put up to 20 relationships nominated for the fandom you've selected. In my case, I'll choose these. If you have decided to sign up to our 18 plus collections, you will also have the ratings box, where you will be able to select between G and E. General audiences encompasses everything from G to M, while explicit is your opt-in into, well, explicit content. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to fill out the additional tags. This field can hold up to 20 tags that interest you from the tag set of the collection that you're in. There's the second box a little lower called the optional tags, where you will be able to stick all the other tags that you want in. From the tag set, of course. And how will you select this? Do you have to write them all by hand? Don't worry. No, we understand that would be a lot of work. So instead, the moderators have provided you with this sheet, the MCYT Battleship Freeform Tag Selector. This is the all ages version. If you're thinking of joining an 18 plus team, there's also an 18 plus version available. The sheet works the following way. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to make your own copy. I've already made mine. You can see it on screen. Mod Katrina's MCYT Freeform Tag Selector. And the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go through and tick every tag that interests you on the column corresponding to your request. We are filling request 1, so we tick number 1. You can select a multiple of tags at 1. And you will see them appear on the left box on your right. Once you hit the 20 maximum tags, the column will light up and you will be able to see the rest of the tags appear in the optional tag box. Next, you will copy the auto-generated list of tags, and then you can go ahead and paste them on the additional tags box. Then you can click enter, and just like that, just like magic, the lists have generated for you. Again, the additional tags field can hold up to 20 tags, but if you have any overflow, just stick them in the optional tags. Same process, copy, paste, and enter. Just a little warning, in the optional tags field of your sign up, only use tags from the set of whichever category you're in. If you're in all ages, do not use tags from 18 plus, and if you're in 18 plus, please do not use tags from all ages. You will then go on to select the archive warnings that you are open to receiving. In my case, it's no archive warnings apply only. And then you're going to go ahead and fill out the prompts and DNW box. What is a DNW? Well, DNW stands for do not want, and it's all the things that you do not want to see in works made for you, while your prompts are just your ideas or likes that you would be eager to see. Why is a do not want important? Let's say that in your first request, you opt into the tags Getting Together and Lantern Festival, but you do not fill out a do not want. Then a player for another team who needs to hit the tags Getting Together, AO Jurassic Park, and Hurt No Comfort might see your request, think the fandom and the characters and relationships that you're requesting are really cool, and then decide to make something based on your request. The result might look something like this: a work that contains Getting Together, but your characters are in Jurassic Park, and also they get separated at the end, so it's hurt no comfort. This is a completely valid Battleship fill. In fact, a really cool idea. Somebody write this, please. But we also understand that not everyone will vibe with all of these elements. That's why you do not want is so important. Let's try that again. For your second request, say that you've opted into the tags Meadows and AU Royalty, and you have put in your do not want list rabbits. Well, a different player from another team who needs the tags clouds, deer, and rabbits might look at your request and see the synergy. You know, meadows, beautiful skies. But they will notice that in your do not want you have put rabbits, so they will not be able to add that tag into the gift work for you. So in the end, the gift made for you might look something like this. A work that contains AU Royalty, meadows, deer, and clouds, but importantly, no rabbits to be found. Your gift will remain bunnyless. And now that we know their relevance, we have to learn how to write them. A do not want list must follow these 3 principles. It must be polite, precise, and practical. By polite, we mean that it cannot bash tags, tropes, or characters mentioned in it. Remember that the things you don't like might be somebody else's favorites. By precise, we mean that it has to be specific and enforceable. Phrases like dark content or vibes are not really enforceable because the line for dark can be different for moderators, for yourself, for your gifter, and thus it's not really a useful metric. Instead, try something like do not want, violence, blood, and character death. In other words, be specific. And finally, by practical, we mean that it must be doable within the event and must not box other participants in. Something like no Hunger Game they use that aren't a chapter by chapter retelling boxes in other participants to a very specific idea, and also it's not very possible in a short time frame. And something like no magic after selecting a magical girls tag is also not really doable. Your request conflicts with your do not want. Keeping all these things in mind, you can help a good and solid do not want list. So back to our example, I've constructed a very simple do not want, gift figs, unrequited feelings, unhappy endings, major character death, and a couple specific character headcanon. As you can see, your do not want list does not have to contain only the tags and the tag set. It can be other general or specific things. And then for prompts, I've just put some general likes of mine. And that is your request number 1 done. Now you're going to go ahead and fill out your request number 2 and your request number 3. If you have more than 3 requests, you can add up to 10 by clicking on this button. And once you're happy with your basic requests, you can go ahead and you can click on that beautiful submit button at the bottom, and that's all done. You're signed up to the collection. A little note for the interested. AO3 allows up to 10 requests per sign up, but the moderators also have a prompts collection for you. This one is the all ages one. There is also an 18+ one available. Allows you to make up to 50 more requests, for a grand total of a possible 60 requests. Now let's move on to the team sign up. If you remember, Battleship is an event played by teams, and this form will allow us to place you optimally on a team. Let's go through it question by question. We'll be asking for your AO3 username, the one that you used to sign up in our previous step. We'll be asking for your Discord username to make sure that you are in our server, and then we'll be asking on which collection you signed up for. This is where we get to the specific questions. We're going to ask you what kind of fan work you expect to focus on. So fic, art, web weave, or pot fic. You can make more than one type of fan work. You don't have to stick to the one, but it will help us make sure to get a nice even spread of mediums across teams. Then we will ask if you prefer longer or shorter works, if any major life events overlap with our gameplay, how competitive are you, and if you've played Battleship before. If you have played Battleship before, we'll also ask what game mode you prefer, and if you haven't, which of these options sounds like more fun. We will also be asking for your continent. Like the mediums question, this question helps us make sure that we get a nice spread across time zones. We will also be asking about alternate AO3 accounts you might post from, and if you have any important comments or requests, you will put them in the box at the bottom. Once you're all done with that, you will hit the beautiful submit button right there at the bottom, and that's it! You've done it! Just like I told you, you're all signed up to Battleship. Once the sign up period ends, moderators will go through signups to make sure that there are no issues, and team sorting will start. But until then, all you have left to do is wait. So kick back and enjoy the silence, because the chaos of Battleship is coming. See you soon.